Welcome to the Adults Corner.
When nothing's off limits.
We're going to discuss
Masturbation.
anal,
Butthole foreplay.
BDSM,
Sex. 15th episode. What a number to finish this round on. So I will actually be coming back with a podcast for the Adults Corner continuing. But
and you'll be conducting interviews with special guests?
Yeah, but I will be taking a break. Yeah. That was my stomach, if you heard that. It was like rumbling. Like I need to fart, but I don't. Must be the beer. Or the taco thing I ate earlier. The beans.
Guzman and Gomez for life.
Guzman and Gomez. Oh, it makes my stomach so sore, but it's so good.
So, episode 15 of the Adults Corner podcast. Last one with me, and it has been so fun. I think this episode we're going to do a recap of all the episodes that we've done.
All the shit we've talked about.
All the shit we've talked about.
It's been a lot.
And the reaction they've received online.
Yes.
I remember from my episode and posting it on TikTok, all the comments that I had of people saying that I was abused as a child. I think that like stands out for me. As one of like the most notary common comments within that video, and it is so far from the truth, but I think it really paints a clear picture of society's views of why people go into sex work, and it's so far from the truth. It's not funny. I know so many intelligent people who choose to do sex work as a means to pay off their schooling, to provide for their families, and just to make some extra income on the side on the weekends after they work their 9-to-5 jobs.
That comment, though, wasn't in relation to that. It was in relation to you having your first orgasm when you were 5.
Oh, my bad.
So there were a lot of people that actually said they had experienced the same thing as you.
Yeah, a lot of women. Yeah.
Yeah. And they were actually commenting back to people who were commenting that really negative comments, because there were a lot of it. It's just quite intriguing, society's perceptions, though, that if someone hasn't experienced something, that it's automatically wrong because it's different in their eyes. So it automatically is just like a negative.
I've heard stories from guys when they were younger, because when I ask girls and guys, girls are generally, they usually orgasm at a much younger age than men, and I've heard theories from men that they think the reason is because a penis is so different from a vagina. Like with a penis, you kind of have to jerk it, whereas a vagina, you can just sit on like a folded up pillow and it can be arousing, and you can just like move back and forth there. And I think that could be one reason why women start to experience sexual pleasure at such a young age compared to boys.
All I'm thinking about is like happy dreams.
Happy dreams?
Yeah, when you wake up and you have an orgasm from like a dream, and you're like kind of half awake, half asleep, but you're like dreaming like sexy thoughts, and you're like, holy fuck, I'm so wet, and I'm pretty sure I just came.
I'm jealous because I've only ever had one wet dream. And
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, even George got up. He's ready to leave the room. He's like, I'm going home. I'll walk myself.
See you later, George.
Yeah.
And it was, the only ever wet dream that I had was, it was about a fat, old, ugly man going down on me. And when I woke up from that, I almost came just before I woke up. And then when I woke up, I was like, oh, I want to go back so bad. And I just tried to go back to sleep to go visit that old man again so he could finish me off, but it never happened.
It's so weird. Have you ever Googled porn with like dad bod?
No.
Like sometimes I've watched so many different pornos. Nikki still hasn't watched porn. Fuck my life. What have we done wrong the past 15 episodes?
Oh, so we haven't corrupted Nikki
enough.
That's good. She's a sweet little innocent child.
I can show you some of my videos. Nikki's like, run. Nikki's going to leave with George soon.
But no, I've never
just joking.
I've never watched dad bod porn before. I didn't realize it was a category.
Like, there's a category for
Like
absolutely
everything.
everything. Have you watched spider porn?
No.
Oh,
Please tell me about that.
They're like big spiders. Like, they dress up like spiders and then they fuck. I've got off to that. I've got off to like dads. I've got off to like really large penises. I've got off to like, you know, the standard role play kind of things. What's another one? What's some other weird shit? I've
micro
like,
penis porn.
no, I wouldn't fucking get off to that. You know, I like thick, big dicks.
I didn't realize that it was actually a thing and it's quite popular actually, but I think it is still like more of a
And when
humiliation
videos.
style. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yes, I remember you
That
tagged
dude
me.
I sent you.
Yes,
No, I
he was
sent-
pretty.
I sent
he
you
was
his
good
TikTok.
looking.
He was doing like, he was wanking on a job site, and I was like, that's fucking sexy. Because old mate that I've been sleeping with, well, actually, let's not lie, I haven't been sleeping with him because he's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
It's quite annoying. It's been like how many months now, Chloe?
2.
But I think it's going on 2.
Mm.
I've asked him, how bad is this, that I've asked for sex. How many times? Like 4 or 5 times? And he
something
said
like
no
that. Yeah.
every time. And now I'm at the point where I'm just like, stop asking. Like, we chat, and then I'm like, no, I'm not asking.
But
It's
you
all
do
ma-
know he's interested. Like he is. He is just playing hard to get. I think sex is a good stress relief. I think it would do him good to just, you know, raw dog it and hump a few out.
Raw dog it. Well, I think that's the situation that kind of deterred him in the first place.
Oh.
Because we were going to do it without a condom.
Mm-hmm.
It's his idea, fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And
I think that
safely, by
anyway.
the way, without a condom.
Yeah, safely. No, it wasn't for any reason apart from last time we had sex. The condom, because I squirt so much. The condom, it hurts the inside of my vagina when you squirt. And then you stick it back in straight away, and then you go and you have hard sex, and then it's almost like you get thrush on the inside. Not thrush, but
Friction burn.
get
It
like
becomes inflamed.
rubbed raw on the inside, and then for like 4 or 5 days afterwards, it really kind of hurts to pee. It stings, it swells up. It's not a comfortable feeling. So that's how the discussion of no condoms
Came to
came up.
play. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the only reason.
I personally love raw dog sex because of that reason too. Like my vagina is so sensitive to condoms, even the non-latex ones. Like it swells, it inflames, and it fucks the pH level of my vagina so bad.
Yeah, but so do some dicks.
so do some dicks.
Like
As
the
I've
last
learned,
dick you had.
anyone that has a Capricorn in their birth chart, my vagina breaks. No, honestly, no, seriously. Every time my vagina breaks, they have a Capricorn in their big 3 in their birth chart. Every time.
Wow. So if you got a Capricorn dick,
Stay the fuck away from me, you devil.
stay away from Chloe's vagina.
Stay
I wonder
away.
if there's any girls though in the comments that'll be like, oh my God, Capricorn dick did the same thing to me. I'll be like, huh? Let's be honest. I just stay away from most Capricorn men in general.
I think that's a good idea. They're
Yeah.
insane.
And when I'll date with, the last one was Capricorn. The player.
Oh, yep.
The player that cancelled
Yep.
date on me twice.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
They're usually liars,
Yeah.
egotistical. Just from my experience of Capricorns, I'm sure not all Capricorns are like that, but it is in their like.
And it's
nature.
also in my experience with other Capricorns that they're like that. So like that's 2 experiences.
I know he's
George
scary
agrees.
bark.
So George's experience with Capricorn men has also been the same.
Capricorn women though are lovely. I get along really well with Capricorn women. It's just the men for some reason.
What else? We talked about you putting an arm inside someone's asshole.
Yes.
That got lots of views online.
Yes. A lot of people
Yeah,
believe
George
it
is
was
nervous
impossible.
talking about arms up butts.
Like, serious?
Yeah, whenever he has to go to the vet and they have to stick a thermometer in there, he really doesn't look forward. He's like, no, not my butthole again.
Yeah, a lot of people on that video didn't believe that it was true
That you
or
stick
it
an
could even
arm.
happen. But it's true. It's true. The intestines are very malleable and the asshole can stretch really, really wide with
Yeah, I've watched a
some
lot of
vigorous,
those videos.
vigorous training.
I've watched lots of those videos. You should see the one, there's a dude in a shower, like a bathtub shower kind of thing, and he bends over and he fucking like stretches it. Like
Goatsy.
I reckon it was stretched like this, and I was like, oh. Jules and I watched it together.
Wow.
Went through a phase where we watched lots of weird things together.
Did you ever watch that fake porno that was filmed in like the 80s where the guy shoved his head up a woman's vagina, but it was a fake vagina? Looked really real. I think the first time I saw that I was 9.
I watched Biggest Penis on Pornhub, but
Apparently
I'm pretty sure it was fake. Yeah.
Apparently it did come out
It kind
as
of
fake.
looks fake because they don't show you a person, but it was
No.
fucking massive. That chick that took that,
Wow.
it's like taking a horse.
Impaled. Internal bleeding.
No, thank you. Not today, not tomorrow, and not ever. Thank you.
I think a lot of people's favorite episode that we did was talking about the session you came to.
Oh, yeah, people liked that.
People liked that one, yes.
Yeah, that was kinks and fetishes.
Yes, kinks and
Yeah,
fetishes.
people really liked kinks and fetishes. I guess talking about things, learning about the butthole too.
Yes. And all the fun games we played.
Yeah, throwing Skittles was my favourite. I didn't get to throw any Skittles into our toy, but yeah. Georgie, no, in your bed.
Hopefully I see Toy again in the future. And I'll invite you if you want to come.
I think the most issues we've had with like posting the content is just the amount of reports we've got.
Yep.
But there haven't been reports from people that are like hating on the content. It's people that want to report. So I noticed that a lot of the accounts that were following us, every time we got a report, where people with other podcasts were starting to appear in our feed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a coincidence that it would be like their personal account that would appear in the feed, their podcast account, their partner's account, like things like that, that you can tell it's like they're fucking reporting the podcast. It's not people like the general public that are like, oh my God, I can't believe you put that on TikTok. It's people who have podcasts. Yeah. It's
eliminate competition.
It's such a stupid mentality because I've dealt with this like over like 12 years now with social media. It's just like if you take somebody else out of the game, you're still not going to be any fucking good.
It's true.
Like if people aren't listening to you now, they're not going to fucking listen to you.
I think people should focus on building strong relationships with people who are doing similar things to you instead of trying to like tear them down and sabotage them. I think people can become a lot more successful if they like build each other up and work towards a similar goal.
Because there was a guys podcast. I actually used to follow them because I thought they were funny, and then I stopped following them because I was just like, nah, now you're stealing our like or copying like our topics that we're talking about and just changing them over to suit the guys and the girls.
Well, it's good to see how influential the podcast had been.
What was your favourite one, Nikki?
Do you have a favourite? Yeah.
The OnlyFans one was interesting, and talking about like the Instagram back ends and learning about reporting and
on Instagram and botting and reports and stuff like that. There's so much. I reckon I could talk for days on that. I need to start making some TikTok videos or YouTube videos on it. Also with accounting, like when we had Tess on.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was really good. Like not many people have listened to that episode because I think they think it's just about like accounting, but it's actually quite informative.
So informative. About finance in general.
Yeah, I know it sounds really boring, but it sounds super boring. Anytime you mention like tax, finance, it's like, no.
I think if you enjoy money, then it's a good idea to listen to that episode.
It's not even about enjoying money. It's about shit you should just fucking know because you didn't get taught it in school, and it's beneficial like for your day in, day out process of life. Like small fucking things you need to know that'll make a world of a difference. Like you can go pay to see like, what are they called? Those finance people, those what are those dickwads? I've seen 4 of them.
Financial advisors.
Those motherfuckers. Yeah, you can like go see them and they're absolutely fucking useless. I'm sure there's some great ones out there. I'm sure you'll comment telling me how great you are too.
Maybe we'll get
try
some
to
references.
sell me something. Try to sell me a fucking house with a firewall down the center of it because you can rent it out to 2 people or something.
your sister's one.
Oh, Jules's was really good because we talked about female reproductive issues and like her losing her ovary. And I think that's another topic. So no matter all the topics we spoke about on the podcast, and and the issues we've had with like shadow banning, people reporting, comments being reported, everything like that. Her talking about reproductive systems and other women online talking about it, you also get shadow banned with that. When I did my egg freezing story, when I did my process and I tried to share it on my Instagram story, my views dropped down to a quarter of what they were when I was talking about my egg freezing process, and it was hidden. Yep. Any posts to do with period, the word period, menstruation, menstrual cycle, blood, like anything to do with female issues is hidden. Online.
Or it becomes like a sensitive topic and then shadow ban. Shadow banned, it's hidden. Which is so backwards, because we don't get taught that in school either. You kind of just have to go through it and learn yourself, unless you have like parents who are really good at educating them and they've been educated themselves on the period cycle. But on Instagram, I see so much like violence and other like blood as well, but period blood, the natural blood, the normal blood is shamed.
Yeah, I just think it's because people are so uncomfortable talking about it. It's like, pull your head out your ass. It's like natural. Like sex is natural. Why are people so embarrassed to talk about these things? It's just literally creating bad behavioral patterns that are just passed on. Just more trauma that the next generation has to deal with instead of just talking about it. Like, it's in movies, it's okay. Sex in movies is great.
Fine.
Like, what I was just trying to think of what Miles Teller, is that his name?
Yeah, from Top Gun.
Yeah. How he's apparently got hot now. Like, I thought he was always kind of good looking dude. He's so funny. Like, I reckon he's good looking sort, but always has. But how he's kind of become hot now, and like, but if you took a generally hot person, the amount of shit they would cop, but I guess if you're at a status, it's okay. I don't know, like, they get away with more things.
Definitely. Look at any famous mums online who can share breastfeeding photos and have no issues, but then the regular mum or birth doulas sharing that kind of stuff, their content gets taken down. Kim Kardashian showing nipples on some of her posts, nothing happens to her, but a regular person doing it on their account gets taken down.
No, that's not always the way. Not a regular person.
Not always taken down.
So say if there was, say, my older sister, who has nothing to do with the industry whatsoever, shared a breastfeeding photo and there was like nipple in it, I reckon that could stay. But if I fell pregnant, had a baby and shared it on my account, because my account is flagged as an industry and OnlyFans account, it would get taken down straight away. But it's like the same fucking thing. But it's based on the name. So I've noticed that my name gets flagged on a lot of things as well. And it's the same with starting a physical business. I thought, oh yeah, it's not going to be too hard. No, the industry literally follows you everywhere. You try to get out of the industry, it comes back to bite you in the fucking ass. Not because of anything you're doing, just because of like, people Google your name's there. Yeah, it's fine, but like, no one wants to work with you because of it. The past year, you've seen how many people have avoided working with me and they don't really have an excuse. They just either ghost, or I try to be upfront and honest with everyone and be like, oh, this is my background, like this is the industry I come from.
Yeah, I think the common civilian doesn't really know how to angle someone who works in the industry to like promote their businesses. They shy away from it, and I think that's due to societal shame around sex. Again, the same issue that comes up.
Do you know what I think is pretty fucked up though? It's like TV shows, right? So you can go on a TV show and then enter the industry, but you can't go from the industry onto a TV show. They won't accept you. How many TV shows did I get knocked back on? I got knocked back from like 5 TV shows applying because of the industry, and apparently it was a PG time slot. And I was like, what the fuck do you think I'm going to be doing in PG time slot?
Yep.
Yeah, but then on maths, they can create this whole theory
It's like a good girl
around
gone bad
OnlyFans.
sort of thing.
Yeah, but they pulled like one chick up around OnlyFans and made it a positive, but guaranteed they won't take anyone on that show that has an
Already.
OnlyFans.
Yep. 100%.
And I know they say she did have one, but I'm yet to see it. Has anyone actually seen her account? Anything from it?
No.
Like all the, I know that some of them got leaked because people were like, she's on maths.
Yeah.
It's fine to screenshot her content and then
People do
post
that
it everywhere.
People do that. No matter who you are, people do that. They just steal it. That's why you have DMCA and you like pull it down,
Yep.
which you have to pay for.
Like even with me, and I don't have a big OnlyFans account, like my content gets taken as well by this guy, and I know his name, and I'm gonna say it, Baller on Facebook, who has had my like identity for probably like 5 or so years, who steals my content and then redistributes it to people who have no idea that it's a fake. And he constantly makes accounts of me, and I've done all I can do to get it taken down, and I'm at the point where he lives in Nigeria, where I might call the Nigerian fraud squad and give them his name and record the conversation and then send it to him to scare him, because
It definitely does make it hard though, because you're not verified on. So I'm verified on Facebook and Instagram, which I paid for this exact reason. Most people do pay for it as well, FYI. You don't just wake up and get a fucking verified badge. You used to.
that's a good point to mention.
Yeah, if you've been on TV or something like that, or you're associated to, I guess, like a radio station or a TV show, and then you have a whole fucking team that is literally organizing it for you, you have to have like so many article write-ups online. You have to have minimum 14 articles that are on specific sites that talk about specific things. That literally there's so much that goes into it to getting verified. So if you don't just fall off a TV show for waking up out of bed and getting lucky, winning the green card lottery, it's almost like, isn't it? That's what being on TV is like, winning the green card lottery. You just, how much did I pay? $12,000 US.
For a blue tick.
For a blue tick.
That's a lot of money.
I'm not ashamed of it. It keeps my account safe.
Yeah.
They verified my Facebook as well, because it took so long. But now, because I have so many fake accounts, if I report it or you report it, you can report it as a celebrity and stuff like that. So I'm classified as a celebrity because I have a blue tick.
Yeah. So they would action the reports against your fake accounts much quicker than they would just like an average account getting their content stolen.
Yeah, you can sit there till the cows come home and keep reporting it. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't.
No.
They really don't.
Because they have my verification, they have my documents, they have everything. I think every account should be fucking verified. Yeah. Everyone should prove that they are the physical appearance of the person they're pretending to be online. Seriously, they should have done that on Facebook so many years ago.
But you have to send in a photo of you holding your ID and a piece of paper saying like, I am this person with the date.
Well, I don't get it if Pornhub has to do it. Why the fuck doesn't Facebook have to do it?
Oh, Scott Morrison recently was trying to implement that.
Well, it should be done.
It should be done. I think that's the best thing he's ever like tried to implement, because it would also save a lot of like underage people from viewing content.
Fucking children on platforms. I'm sorry. Parents don't monitor their fucking children enough and then blame content creators for posting something because they can't monitor their kids or turn safety settings on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but fuck off. Get off your phone and look at your kid's phone. Why has your child got a phone, FYI?
Yeah, I know. My little baby cousin has a phone and she's 6.
What?
She got it when she was 4.
What the fuck is a 4-year-old going to do with a phone?
An iPhone like that.
Fuck me, mate. I'm sorry.
YouTube, Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is so naughty, by the way. She's not a good role model for children.
No, there's so many things
She's
out there that
naughty.
aren't good role models. Even like Disney movies that we watched growing up, if you go back and watch them now, you're like, holy shit, these were so scary.
Yeah.
And the morals behind them are so bad. I'm so glad all the modern day females in Encanto, Moana,
Enchanted.
Frozen, they're all fucking single. What legends. They've all got great storylines, and all the
So
girls
magical.
don't need males, really.
They're all strong, independent women.
They
So
just live
for
my
that.
dream, pretty much. They just live my life, actually. They just don't drink beer.
Should we talk about the cake fighting episode and how we sold the panties?
Oh my God.
Tell
No, we
everyone about
watched the
that.
video.
Okay, so we sold
The panties.
We sold the panties about 4 weeks after they were sitting in the fridge. So they were
No, we had them in the fridge.
Yeah, we had them in the fridge for 4 weeks before we shipped them off to
It wasn't that long, was it?
It was.
Fuck
It
me.
was.
Okay.
It was.
They were still good.
Yeah, before we shipped them off to the lucky man who
In Australia.
who then he received the packages the next day, but he had some life stuff going on, so he couldn't open them immediately. So he had them in his wardrobe for like 2 or so weeks with red velvet cake smushed into the panties, rotten. And tell everyone what he did with your panties, Dana. He sent us a video, so we know exactly what he did.
I watched it yesterday, and I was just like, he's not. They're gonna smell. He pulled them out of the bag.
Crusty as
They
fuck.
were so crusty, and he kind of had to like pry them open, and he went like this.
So he sniffed them and gagged and gagged so hard. He was
And then he put yours on, and he put mine on his head. I was like, of all the fucking choices, why would you put my fucking crusty, stinky cake ones on your head?
and he did a little dance for us with their panties on his head.
Could
wearing
you
my
imagine the
G-strings.
smell? 2 weeks in a cupboard after coming out of a fridge, the cake.
And he was like, "Can
I feel
I?
so sorry for
Can
him.
I sleep with the rotten cake flakes in my hair, mistress?" And
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
can.
"Sure, mate. Whatever makes you happy." He's a sweetheart, though.
Yeah, he seems like a really nice dude, but I don't know about that cake. I'm so sorry.
Nasty,
I'm like,
dirty.
shit. That's look. If
He
they,
was like,
you know what? If they smell bad, anyways, from me, you're not gonna know because it's rotted cake.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, the stench of the rotten cake and Cherry's lingering farts burn my nostrils," something like that.
I should have farted into the bag. And be like, freshly shipped.
Oh, that would have been good.
You'd probably open them and be like,
I have another guy. I don't know if you are actually into this. I forgot until now, but he wants you to poo in a Tupperware container, and me as well. So like he's bought
in the same container.
No, not in the same container.
Oh,
I don't want to do that. That would be fucked. I don't want to see you poop. And
You saw me do a fucking enema
it's
and
different.
stick it
I
in
didn't
my
see
ass
it with my eyes. I just heard
and then
it.
watch me shit on the toilet.
I didn't see the physical poop, so it was okay.
We had to
But,
pull
like-
that episode down, FYI. Nikki has re-edited it.
Yeah, it's ready to
Re-edited,
upload.
it's up to
Yeah,
go.
it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So he wants me to poo in a takeaway container and you to poo in a separate takeaway container, and then we ship it to him, or like he's in Sydney, he'll pick it up from a location, and then he'll go home and do a taste test, and then guess which one is whose, and give us a very detailed.
Yeah, but you know
description.
what to eat to make your shit taste better. I'll just fucking eat gluten, dairy, and be like,
I don't eat anything specific to make it taste better, but sometimes he does request me to eat corn.
I
So there's
love
little
corn.
So there's little corn bits in the poop.
I love corn.
We'll eat corn and we'll both eat corn. So it's hard of him to guess if he listens to this episode, because he does.
Do you actually shit into the container?
Yep. I usually video it and send it to him at the same time and give him the video.
I don't think I've ever videoed myself shit. Actually, I probably have.
And
That's
then
probably a
I
lie.
also have a jar that I wee in, and I give that to him too. So it's like, and he calls it champagne and caviar. And he's Like the champagne had notes of chamomile today. And I'm like, well, that is very interesting because I've been drinking a lot of chamomile.
I reckon mine would taste terrible.
Even better.
My shit.
I don't think any shit would
really.
taste good though.
Dude, my shits are huge.
Yeah, I shit
Nikki's
like 3
shits are
times
huge,
a
she
day.
says.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
solid. That's like the
What?
penises I go for.
That's at least your digestive system is working. Nikki is
You
putting
shit
up
out
her
a
hands.
solid cock.
Yeah, Nikki is putting up her hands and showing us how big her poops are.
Like a solid dick.
Like a thick 9-inch cock.
Not that big, like the size of the microphone.
Nice.
That
That's
would be-
impressive.
That is a good demonstration of a good dick. Oh, so we also have to talk about today is Chloe's last day.
At CherryDTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. I really enjoyed my time here and I'm so appreciative of everything. I can't thank you enough, Dana. It's been so nice getting to know you and working for you. It's just been so good. And I've really loved seeing the studio grow and flourish. I was here when it was bare bones, like in this cyclorama room when it was nothing. I think we had a little table, a beer pong table.
We had a beer pong table and plastic bunny shit.
Yeah, that we used to work on, and now it is just gorgeous. If anyone needs a studio for photography or events in Sydney, or if you want to travel to Sydney for a special occasion and host something, like Mimi and Vovo is the place to be. It is stunning, and photos and videos do not do it justice. And I just feel very grateful to have been a part of that. So thank you so much, Dana.
Definitely has been a fucking hell of a 12 months.
Yeah.
There's been so much that's happened in
So
12 months.
So much. It's unbelievable.
What about when you watched her kick someone in the dick?
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yep.
No, when Chloe kicked the dude in the dick.
And you watched from the studio
From
window.
the window, yeah.
That was
interesting.
I was a bit embarrassed when I came in because I didn't know that anyone was watching. And then I received an applause. I received an applause when I got in. He's been trying to contact me actually for another kick. He was in Sydney last week, but I was too busy. Yeah, okay, we can arrange that. But he has to bring more cash this time. He has to bring at least 300, I think, for it to be worth it, and for a good solid hard kick, so he can be put into hospital.
You kicked him a few times. Be put in a hospital. I don't want to break him.
No,
Probably needs to have kids one day.
No, that's the point. We need to make him sterile.
Can't he just go fucking get his tubes tied? Is that what they call it? Tubes tied?
Yeah,
Or is that girls?
But I think
Girls
both.
get their tubes tied or guys?
Tubes tied is valid for men
both?
and women. Men is called a vasectomy.
Yeah.
But you can still become pregnant if you sleep with someone who's had a vasectomy, because they can still ejaculate and they still produce sperm. I know someone who was a vasectomy baby. Like their dad had a vasectomy and it worked. I don't know how the tubes became untied, but it's not foolproof.
My mum had her tubes tied actually, and then she got them undone to have jewels.
Yeah, wow.
And then my stepdad went and got a vasectomy after they had jewels.
Do you know if when women get their tubes tied, it affects their hormones?
No idea. Mum's always been moody.
Nice.
Menopause didn't change her daily day in, day out either. So, like, I think she's got hot flushes, to be honest. She's always sometimes mean, so.
I met her for the first time last weekend when we had Hunks and High Teas.
Oh, my God, she had the time of her life.
That was really good. Hunks and High Teas was so much fun. We had 2 hunky men come into the studio and spoil us with champagne and entertained us with their hot bods. And we ate cookies and cakes and little savoury foods. It was a real treat.
I was running around, but everyone was pretty much enjoying themselves. My mum got fed whipped cream, and then he looked down the top too.
The videos on TikTok?
Yeah, the videos on TikTok. Mum had the time of her life, though.
She did. She really enjoyed all the manly attention from those hotties.
She was excited to come.
Yeah.
And we dressed Romy up, who's one of my friends, as a fake bride.
Yeah.
Because we needed, oh my God, this beer's making me sleepy deepy and burpy. We needed a fake bride because we're doing promo content.
Yeah.
And she got so much attention. And then we posted a video on TikTok of Chloe eating an orange slice out of the waiter's mouth. And the one today, I think I posted it today or last night, is from a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
But you have like the bridal party sash on, and people are like kicking up a stink saying, yuck, who wants to marry her? And I'm like, she's not the bride, it's bridal party sash. And they still are just like, yuck, yuck.
But it's such a common thing for women to go out before they get married and have the time of their life with strippers. And it's even more common for guys to do that.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand.
But wait, the amount of men I have seen over the years in the industry
tell 'em.
that are fucked up and literally fucked chicks on their bucks parties, and it's okay. I've had so many arguments over the years with guys saying that it's okay that they do it, and I said, but what if your wife went and did it, or what if your fiance did it? No, she wouldn't fucking do that. Why would you even say that? Like, that's their response. And I'm like, so wait, it's all right for you to go stick your penis in someone, but if your wife were to do it, it's not okay. But it's okay if you do it. It makes no sense to me. Blows my fucking mind. I'm just like, you're righto, champ. You're an idiot. Neither of you should be married. I feel sorry for your fucking fiance.
Amen.
And your wife.
Amen.
The ones that walk in and say that they have a hall pass, and it's like, mate, I'm not your hall pass. You don't even know who the fuck I am. Like, hall pass is like Channing Tatum or like
celebrity.
Who? Kim Kardashian. I don't even know if she'd be anyone's hall pass, to be honest, but like someone else.
If you
Scarlett Johansson.
I already know the answer, but if you, so like say like when you get married in the future and you're given a hall pass, a celebrity hall pass, who would it be?
Oh, you mean Liam Hemsworth?
Yeah. I already knew.
Who would yours be?
Oh, Justin Bieber. I really, really think Justin Bieber is
He's
so
like a
sexy.
chick. That's why Chloe likes dudes that looks like chicks.
I do. I love my androgynous humans.
Look, he has some sexiness to him, but he's just...
I love German men, and he's German.
Manly enough for me. But then people might say that about Liam, so I don't know. To be honest, if I had a hall pass, I'd probably choose a girl over a guy anyways. See, I think Zendaya's hot. Zendaya. See, I think she's hot until I saw her in Euphoria, and I was like... Now I just think of like her not showering and doing drugs. My association in my brain, like she's hot, but my brain automatically goes to that image of her.
I know who I would have.
Who?
Nigella Lawson.
Oh yeah,
I think she's beautiful and her voice is so sexy. I would just like want her to hold me in her arms and like tell me how to bake a cake all night. Yeah, and feed me cake too. Why I get to like nuzzle in her like bodacious bosom.
Is this supposed to be a hall pass?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like it's like anything physical apart from some sort of kink.
I'll suck on her titties for sure.
That's all?
I'll do whatever she wants me to do.
You don't want to lick icing or something off her clit?
I will do whatever she wants me to do.
Never
Nigella
done
Lawson,
that.
if you're listening, I'll do whatever you want me to.
Lick icing off your clit.
That's probably not safe though, babe, because thrush.
No, do you know what I saw? One year, it was a Christmas, you know the big glass Christmas boat that's going around on the harbour? Sydney Harbour. It's like just glass.
That sounds
Glass walls.
beautiful. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think there's like 2 of them actually now. But back in the day, there was one. Anyways, it was a massive Christmas party. I think it was like 100. It was a Christmas party for tradies, so there's your first problem. But they were on this boat, so they were a bit more well-behaved. It's the Meriton parties where you go down into like the unfinished Meriton apartment blocks and you're in like the concrete car parks, like 2 levels deep. That's when you're like, oh, fuck my life. This job is going to be fucked and it's cold. Anyways, on this boat, there was this one stripper. I'm talking like 8 to 10 years ago. Maybe 8 years ago. And anyway, she made her own... Fucking what was it? It was just like flour and water and just in this big metal bowl.
Cum? She made her own cum?
No, it wasn't
No?
cum. It fucking wasn't cum. It was like she dressed up like she was like a baking kind of chick
Oh, yeah.
to do a strip show. And then she put like this flour, water. It kind of looked like caking batter. I can't imagine it tasted too good. And I think, as far as I remember, 4 dudes she like kind of put it on her pussy, and then one guy would come lick it off, and then she'd put more on there, and another guy would come lick it off, and then another guy, and I'm like, bro. But firstly, that is the first time I've ever seen a guy lick a stripper's pussy in a show. Apart from if maybe it's an accident and if she falls on his face when she's squatting over it because they're holding a dildo in their mouth. I thought it was very weird.
Maybe that's just like her niche. Yeah, I've never heard of anything happening like that
Yeah,
before.
but if that's a niche,
I did hear, maybe you've seen this as well before. My friend told me that he went to a box party once and this stripper girl came in and did performance and she asked for a drink and they were like, what kind of drink? And she was like,
what, she put it inside of her?
she was like, any sort of drink.
I saw this in Mexico.
Yeah, she got like a beer bottle and emptied it into her pussy, held it in, and then got the guy to like lay on the ground, open his mouth, and then she like squirted it all out into his mouth. And I was like, I want to learn how to do that. I need to strengthen
That's
my
not
Kegel
healthy.
muscles. No, it's not
That's
healthy.
your thrush right there.
I would practice with water first.
So I went to a strip club in Mexico, me and my boyfriend at the time, and the chick on stage in a strip club, it was the size of a VB bottle. And she was putting the bottle inside of her and then would like stick it in and then pull it out and then slide around. Like she emptied the bottle, but she was sliding around on the beer on the stage and like putting the glass bottle inside of her. And I'm like, I don't think it's safe that you're using a glass bottle. But we sat there and still watched it anyways. I was like, it's not my vagina. It's not my problem.
Did you ever watch Jar Squatter?
Yeah, I have.
Yes. Nikki's never seen Jar Squatter.
Mate,
Of course she
Nikki's never seen
doesn't,
porn.
because she's an innocent, sweet girl. Jar Squatter, if you don't know, is this like middle-aged man who has this fetish of putting glass jars up his ass.
Yeah.
This video that went viral hadn't been the first time this has happened to this guy. He squatted on this glass jar. It was inside of him, and it broke. And then a whole pool of blood started squirting out of his behind, and in the rest of the video, it was just him going inside trying to pick out all the glass.
Yeah, it's a good time.
It was pretty intense. But he had interviews like, bro, why do you use the glass jar over and over again if this has happened more than once? And he's like, well, nothing feels as good as glass. So
Nothing goes in my butt except for an enema now.
Have you done another one since then?
Nah. We've progressed in the podcast from episode 1 to nothing goes in my butt to an enema goes in my butt. This is how far we've come in 15 episodes, guys.
Yes. Click.
Making progress.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Well, there is a chick in Sydney. She doesn't strip anymore. She used to. But she could shoot a pool table ball out of her pussy, like literally, I would say 5 to 10 meters across the room.
Wow,
like
they're heavy.
She would, they're so heavy. So she would, let me demonstrate.
Oh, please.
Roll back, like she's rolling back, so her feet touch the ground. And when she would come, like, say, she's like back here, and then she comes upright as it goes, like almost like a cannon.
Wow.
Yeah, and the guys would catch it.
Guys
would catch it, give it back to her, she would wipe it, and stick it back in again. That's what it was like.
Boys.
Yeah, no, really. And they would catch it, and she would do it with dildos too.
Oh my God.
But so she would start with the dildos, and then she would end with the ball.
You'd have to be very far away from a window for that one.
Mate, the guys loved it because it was like it's like novelty.
Yeah.
They're like, holy, this chick can shoot a dick out of her pussy,
Powerful
and it goes
pussy.
across the room.
Powerful pussy.
And a pool ball.
Wow.
That is control. That's great.
I've always wanted to see one of those ping pong shows. I never have. Only heard about it.
Oh, they're so random. I've been to them in Thailand, and they have like turtles and birds and weird things like that. Okay, so anyways, today we ended up talking about things that come out of people's vaginas. We didn't mean to get there, but we did.
You did. It was an interesting branch that it took, but I had fun.
Okay, so getting to the end of our very last episode together, Chloe, what's one thing you took from doing the podcast?
I think the one thing or the biggest thing that I've taken from the podcast is just to express myself more. I'd always been like a very shy, quiet kid, didn't talk, was very mute, like was an observer. And this opportunity really allowed me to find my voice and to speak my truth, as they say. So this podcast helped me to find my voice, and that is the biggest thing that I'm going to take from it.
Oh, that's good. That is so good.
That's the outro.
The classic burp.
Until next time. Wait.
Oh. Nice.